guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews. My voice sounds a little muffled. I just woke up just a little while ago from a quick nap, and this is the front-facing camera from the Google Nexus 5X. Now I'm walking around, and right off the bat that I can tell you, this front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel camera, and just from the looks of it, it actually does have kind of like a little bit of a wider shot. I am holding a Gorilla Pod here attached with a cell phone little attachment here, but for the most part, looks clear. Right now the sun's not too bright outside, so we got some shadow cast or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just walking around just so that you guys can kind of see. I have no clue if this has any type of in-body stabilization when it comes to the camera, so we'll see if there's any issues here. But I just kind of wanted to get a close-up shot and let you guys hear the natural microphone, and hopefully I'm gonna get a rear shot of this going on right now. We'll get shots of the my backyard here in my parents' house, and just take a few clips just to see how this guy's looks. But I just wanted to kind of get an impressions video of the actual camera here for those of you who follow my YouTube channels. So again, this is the front-facing camera, and it's a little bit windy out here. So okay, let's test out the rear camera though. And let me just try to zoom in for you guys, and let me see if I can kind of autofocus here. Right now I'm actually shooting this in 4K at 30 frames per second. So considering this is a 4-year-old device, this still shoots in 4K. So for those of you who are kind of knocking on devices that are a little older, some of these older devices still can shoot pretty good. And I'm gonna take a snapshot of this, which is again 4K at 30 frames per second, and then I'm going to do one in 1080p. You can see my dog right there. This is zoomed in all the way, by the way. So again, I got my dogs running around in the backyard, so you guys can kind of see, track the movement, and excuse any shakiness. Again, I'm holding my tripod here, so my dogs over here are kind of going nuts. Here we go. Let's zoom all the way out to the widest frame, which is that. And again, my dogs are kind of going crazy. I don't know what's going on over here. You probably see a couple peeing or pooping over here. Looks like they knocked down a board over here to the fence, and you can see here that my dog's she's eating grass. Probably shouldn't be eating grass, but my other big dog chilling over here. So hey, stay over here, come on. I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys are knocking down floorboards over here, but you guys can see the ginormous cactus that my father has back here. It's pretty big. Let me see if I can tap the screen if anything changes. No, so obviously, and again, this is the rear camera. It's a 12 megapixel camera. There we go. So as I record, I can actually tap, and I can actually lower the brightness, or I can higher the brightness while recording. So this is just the base camera for the actual Google Nexus 5X, which is basically just the Google camera itself, which I'm not 100% sure if this is the same camera that they use on the Pixel devices, but it seems to be working well. I'm able to change certain settings as far as the not just the aperture when taking photos, but just different stuff. But this video is just going to be mostly catered to video. But as you can see here, my dog, I don't know what he's doing. You guys can kind of see the detail. Let's see if we can get a little background blur just on this. So yeah, if you guys can see that, even just recording this, you kind of get a little bit of background blur when focusing on specific items. So that's pretty cool. You can get that bokeh during video as well. So I'm kind of impressed when it comes to this little stuff like that. So again, guys, this is just Mike from Budget Tech Reviews, or B-Tech Reviews. Actually, I changed the name, right? Let's get this little small one. Let's see if we can kind of focus on this little small one instead. There we go. So when you tap it, it'll definitely record such. I guess it'll give you that little background. I think that's a pretty cool little feature. Okay, let's check out 1080p at 30 frames per second, guys. Okay. Alright guys, this is 1080p at 30 frames per second, and again, as you can see here, I'm just kind of I'm recording nature, but again, right now I was looking at the camera. Check this out. Warning. So I was checking out whatever we have in the actual camera settings, and when it comes to 1080p, like you can see me there in the background. My dad's been cleaning out the backyard for quite some time, so you're gonna see like messes of things. But anyway, I was checking the settings, and as far as 1080p goes, when recording, it wasn't specific whether this was gonna record in 30 frames or 60 frames. So this can record in 720p also. A lot of newer phones can actually record like 120p, which is the frame rates. But even then, like a lot of the older phones should be able to shoot at 60 frames per second and 1080p. So I guess I thought that was interesting that you're not seeing that here in the settings here. I'm not sure what my dog's doing. She's just kind of here in the back, sniffing around. I'm just trying to follow her. My dogs just like to kind of explore, even though they're can I zoom in? Oh yeah. Where are you going, Sophia? Oh look, there's Henry. Henry came out of nowhere. Henry, say hi to the camera. You're YouTube famous now, Henry. But anyways, guys, so this is pretty cool, and the cool part is I can actually take pictures while shooting them. Henry, there we go. So I just took a picture right now, and maybe I can post up these pictures for you guys while shooting this specific video. So like right now here I'm recording, but I can also take a picture. Let me see if I can just get a still shot there while recording. So I think that's pretty cool, and I'll probably show these little pictures at the end. But I have nothing, no complaints so far about the actual camera itself and whatnot. Again, it's a 12 megapixel sensor in the rear, and it's a 5 megapixel sensor in the front. So you already know, like, hey, like, there's a doggy toy, by the way. Here's an orange, by the way, just so we can kind of try to get that focus on the orange again. But just so you guys know, like, that way, if you guys want something like this as a recording device or anything like that, or just to use it for the camera purposes, the Nexus, to be honest, to me, the Nexus, especially the older Nexuses, were not really meant to have really good cameras. I remember having the Nexus 4, 5, and 6, right? And even the original Nexus 5 didn't really have a great camera. It had an 8 megapixel sensor. Here, let me follow my other little dog. Where are you going? But again, those specific phones were not really catered to have great cameras. But you know what? Nexus devices never really had the best cameras, but they didn't have bad cameras either. I think that they were a little underrated. This specific phone, I'm just seeing here that, considering the fact that the camera is, almost 4.5 years old already, that the sensor, this is just video, but the sensor itself is really good. I'm not complaining whatsoever. I do want to check out to see if there's any difference between this phone and the Google Nexus 6P, which is the other last Google Nexus device. My dog's going crazy over here. You've just seen a bunch of dog butts. But at the same time, again, the money needs to be there. I might need to sell one of my other review units before that happens. So again, guys, let me see. Can I flip the camera? Let's see. No, I guess not. Sometimes these phones will have the option to swap, cameras while recording. So again, guys, this is just first impressions when it comes to the camera. And again, this is 1080p right now. So you guys got the 4K, and then you get the 1080p. So again, guys, I'm not gonna shoot in 720 just because, but guys, this phone is still very capable considering how old it is. You know what I mean? So. This is just the first impressions when it comes to camera and recording. So, check out these pretty flowers that my father is growing over here. But again, take it with a grain of salt, guys. This is what it is, and hopefully once I edit this video that it does not look bad at all. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech signing off. Give me your opinions below in the comments so that I can kind of see what you guys are wanting to see or whatever, etc. like that. So again, guys, just give your opinion on the video, give your opinion on any pictures that I take, etc. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews signing off. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.